Nature knows how to grow vessels. The process, however, is impaired in people with chronic limb-threatening ischemia. We've developed a strategy that addresses reasons for why that failure occurs. And Cures Within Reach has provided us funding to independently confirm the findings we derived over the past several years clinically.
Hi, this is Jeff Borgia from Rush University Medical Center in Chicago, Illinois. I'd like to take an opportunity to thank Cures Within Reach for their support very early on in my career. Their support allowed me to really get my career off the ground and permitted us to do the experiments that ultimately led to us developing a blood test to detect lung cancer earlier. This blood test is in the process of being translated into the clinics, and we're hoping that with this initial stages where we're doing the validation, that we'll be able to help complement the existing paradigm and improve the efficiency by which we can detect lung cancer and hopefully reduce the amount of mortality that results from this horrible disease. So thanks again, Cures Within Reach.
Cures Within Reach is funding my clinical project testing a neuromodulator stimulating device for use on the tongue in patients with gait and balance disorders. This funding has helped us do a project that we otherwise would not have been able to do. The repurposing research is very important for patients with Parkinson's disease and multiple sclerosis, among a few other diagnoses we're working in that otherwise would not be able to be done. The results so far have been excellent, and we're hoping that with this new testing group that we've just started, that we'll be able to extrapolate the results on a larger scale and potentially get this device out into the general population for use within the next 1 to 2 years. Thanks, Cures Within Reach.
Cures Within Reach is funding my clinical project testing novel diuretic strategies for overcoming diuretic resistance and heart failure. This funding has allowed us to test conventional diuretic strategies with novel approaches in which we're repurposing drugs such as tolvaptan. This repurposing research is important because about a third of heart failure patients who are hospitalized suffer from diuretic resistance in which they are not able to remove the fluid causing their symptoms. Results from this trial could affect changes in practice immediately because there is a large lack of information in the best way to overcome diuretic resistance in patients with heart failure. Thank you.
Hi, this is my mom, Sara and She is a doctor that helps kids with brain tumor.
And this is my son, Thomas, who's going to help me explain my research. Thomas, how many FDA-approved drugs are there for grown-ups with cancer?
Hundreds.
And what's the most common cancerous tumor in kids?
Brain tumor.
And if a kid like you got a brain tumor, how many FDA-approved drugs are there for you?
0.
Does that seem fair?
No.
Cures Within Reach is funding my clinical trial to select and repurpose new targeted therapies for children with brain tumors. Repurposing research is absolutely essential for pediatric cancer, and this funding is changing the way we practice now. What do you think of that?
Thank you, Cures Within Reach.